the reasons why Solomon fell down as a man of wisdom. So why King Solomon experienced a downfall? Well, number one, because of his weakness of women. Take note, King Solomon had a great appetite for women. In 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 3 to 4, this is what we read. He had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned his heart away. For when Solomon was old, his wives turned his heart away from other gods, and his heart was not wholly devoted to the Lord, his God. Grabe siya, mga kapatid. Babaero talaga itong si King Solomon, right? So he had 1,000 women. He held fast to his wives in love. And the thing is, he spoiled all his wives. Can you imagine? Spoiled brat. You have a spoiled brat, 1,000 wives, right? Grabe naman yan. So kung mag-shopping sabay-sabay itong 1,000 na asawa ni King Solomon, ubos lahat ang credit card ni King Solomon sapagkat he spoiled all his wives. So his weakness, King Solomon's weakness, is lust for women, lust of the flesh. And you can be gifted and a wise person, but at the same time, lustful. So if you look at the news today, we have a high-profile minister or apologist. Do you know Ravi Zaharias? If you look at the news today, well, it seems to be that he is living a double life. So what the report of the RCIM director of the American, he is, practicing a double life because of women, right? Massage. And it's not only high-profile preachers, right? Also for low-profile preachers, just like us, just like me, right? So I remember when I was in the Philippines, when I was studying at the university there at Quezon City in Diliman, UB campus. So I lived there near the church there, the second floor of the Commonwealth Church, right? And because it's just one ride from the campus. So, well, I spent my school days there. And I remember we sent 2 missionaries in Indonesia. So, I still remember there that it's a locally funded missionaries. So, we sent 2 missionaries in their early 20s. Ka-age ko noon. So, we sent 2. And then afterwards, there is only one missionary returned back to the Philippines. Yung isa po ay na-in-love doon sa isang Muslim woman doon sa Indonesia. At because of that, he stayed there and he was converted to the religion of the woman. Well, that was a long time ago. So it's walang sinasanto itong, it's either low profile or high profile preachers or ministers or workers of God. And it's not only for young and for old. So everybody is, we need to be watchful about this. And it's not only for men, it's also for women. Do you remember the case of Sandy Patty? Well, Sandy Patty is a singer, is a good singer. Famous singer when I was a student, right? And can you imagine, she has an adulterous relationship with her fellow praise and worship member. And it's good now that she goes back to the ministry and God restores her, right? And you cannot erase the sting of those, dark experiences, especially those cases of adultery, especially for women. That's why we're gonna pray for everybody that, it's not only for men, for women, but this weakness is that one of the apparatus of Satan. That's why Solomon fell down as a man of wisdom. I also remember when I worked there at Silay City, I worked there at new Bacolod-Silay International Airport project. So we built that airport there. And when I went there, sa boarding house namin, malapit lang. So ang una kong, when I go to other places, the first thing that I do is I look for churches. At tamang-tama naman na 1 block away from our boarding house ay merong house church, right, sa Silay City. And I met the Bohos family. Kaya kaway-kaway naman kayo dyan sa Silay City, si Pastor Alvin Bohos. Congratulations sa iyong wedding this pandemic. So hindi na kami nakadalo sapagkat alam mo naman, ang hirap magbiyahe, lalong-lalo na itinaon mo pa ng lockdowns at very strict regulations and prohibitions regarding traveling. Kaya hindi na kami nakapunta. So, I still remember there, sabi ni Sister Tita sa akin, asawa ni Brother Frank, di ba? When I went there, so Brother Frank asked me to deliver a sermon right away the next morning, which is Sunday. So I still remember that one. And then Sister Tita said to me, I still remember this one. Hindi maalis sa aking isipan. Sabi ni Sister Tita sa akin, there are only 2 apparatus of Satan against pastors, especially those who are young. It's either money or women or both. Kaya Sister Tita, kaway-kaway ka naman dyan. Si Sister Tita, nandyan yata yan sa Santander, Cebu. So maayong aga sa inyong tanan, mga kaibsuunan, kauturan dyan. Di ba? So, we're gonna pray for Sister Tita for her recovery, for her health, and also Brother Frank, right? So I still remember that one. So mga kapatid, so walang sinasanto talaga ito. So we need to look for it and we need to be watchful. We should consider this one as one of the major stumbling blocks of the ministry. Solomon fell down as a man of wisdom because of his great appetite for women.